What's the biggest problem with this Sixers team?
The biggest problem is their coach, Brett Brown, who I predict will be looking for a new job. I don't believe he'll be the coach of the Philadelphia 76ers when this bubble is over. And let me give my man Jay Williams, with his great new morning show with Keyshawn and Zubin Mehenti, credit, because Jay beat me to it, because that's exactly what I was going to say when this subject was broached on First Take this morning. The fact of the matter is, what transpired yesterday, again, was inexcusable. You are Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons is out. You're the star for the Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy Butler's wearing a Miami Heat uniform. J.J. Redick was wearing a Pelicans uniform. They're not there any longer like they were last year. Joel Embiid has to take the bull by the horn. He's got to be a man amongst boys. You got to give that boy the ball in the low post, and he's got to be a man amongst boys. He starts off the game hitting all 5 of his shots and scoring 11 points in the first quarter. The rest of the game, he takes 10 shots over the next 3 quarters. In the second quarter alone, he played 9 minutes and found the ball twice. With all due respect, Brett Brown, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I'm going off because I like Brett Brown, and I want him to remain employed, and I want him to stay the head coach for the Philadelphia 76ers. What the hell are you doing? You give this man the damn ball. You find him. Get him the ball, no matter what, period. You can't have a 7'1", 260-pound dude with his agility, his shot-making ability, his footwork, his talent. You know Ben Simmons is gone. You cannot have him on the court for 9 minutes in the second quarter when he's hit all 5 of his shots in the first quarter and he only takes 2 shots. How is that possible? How? Over the next 3 quarters, a grand total of 10 shots. That averages like 3 and a third shots over the last 3 quarters. How? How? In a playoff game. How? This is the kind of stuff that is inexcusable. Now, years ago, when they lost, 2 years ago, when they lost to Boston, and I pointed out how Brett Brown lost the first 3 games of that postseason, okay? I like the man. I'm not saying the man doesn't know his X's and O's. I'm not saying he doesn't know basketball. And I don't blame the horrid first 3 years of his situation with the whole process thing. I understand that everything started a couple of years ago, and he's coached pretty decently since, at least during the regular season. But damn, what does it take, Brett Brown? Get him the ball and put it in his hands and say, Joel Embiid, you're the man. Show us what you got. It's just inexcusable. There's anything you can point to anything else, Max. You can point to anything else. But it comes down to getting Joel Embiid the damn ball. Period. And he didn't do that. I put that on the coach, too. Not just him. He's not completely absolved. But Brett Brown, you're the coach. Get him the damn ball. Go ahead.
And you tell me I'm on all sides of all issues. Listen to you.
How's that
Which one is it?
sides?
Is it Brett Brown or Joel Embiid? Which one, Stephen
I
A?
said,
Brown or Embiid?
What are you, deaf? I just went off on Brett Brown for 5 minutes.
Joel Embiid did have early success. And then the Celtics adjusted and the double team came and he started in the paint and he started as the double team. He couldn't handle it. He started turning the ball over. So if you get predictable, which is what Brett Brown said after the game, his quote was, you get punished for it. I agree with you, basically, that Brett Brown should stay with it anyway because that's your only chance to win. So you might as well go out swinging. But Embiid's got to handle that better. It's turning the ball over. So, if you can't handle the double team, what's Brett Brown supposed to do? Now, sure, if other guys hit shots and play better, maybe that opens up stuff for Embiid. That is true. And that's probably also Brown's thinking, trying to get let's not get predictable, and also other guys have to make plays, and that's going to make it a little easier for Embiid. But the bottom line is what you said to begin. Embiid has got to dominate. No excuses. He's got to dominate right now. The Celtics don't have a lot of size in the front court, and they don't have a lot of ways they could handle Embiid if he brings his A game. That was not his A game yesterday. Wasn't his A game. Embiid has to... Now, look, this era does not favor a big man who's built like Embiid. the era favors the guards and everything. So I get it. Even guys like Giannis, they can bring the ball up at times. They can act sort of as a point forward. Giannis has been shooting it a little bit more. All those things, he's not like a traditional five. And Embiid is much more, in terms of the way he's built and plays, a traditional five. And I get it, it's harder for him. He can't get the ball to himself. You got to get it to him. So it's not that Brett Brown is absolved from any blame. But if you have to pick, Embiid's got to play better than that. Like, it's not that he was awful, and he was better than most yesterday. But he's got to be a superstar for the Sixers to win. And this ain't rocket science. Forget about the X's and O's for a second. Simmons goes down. You have two guys capable of being elite players. One of them goes down. That means the other one, if you're playing an Eastern Conference powerhouse, even in the East, especially when they're undersized, got to be the best version of himself. Embiid was not.
Well, first of all, let me say this. I'm not trying to absolve Joel Embiid because I understand that it does come down to a player. But what I would say to you, and I'll ask rhetorically, Max, is this. Why would Philadelphia be one of the most coveted jobs? Why is it right now one of the most coveted jobs in the league, even though there's still a coach on the payroll named Brett Brown? Do you know why that is? It's not just because of the talent they have. It's because folks know what Brett Brown is not doing with it. There is a thing as coaching. You don't have to run up and down the court, shoot jump shots, dunk, and all of that stuff. You're the coach. So if Joel Embiid, whatever he is doing or he's not doing, Max Kellerman, is it any different than what we've said he has or has not been doing for 2-3 years? I think that the things that we have said about Joel Embiid has been relatively consistent. If I came to you, Max, and you got your new radio show that I know you get straight fire and you're going to do your thing with it. If I came to you and I said to you, Max, yo, man, this ain't working in the ratings. And the same complaint I had about you 2 years ago, I had about you a year ago, I had about you a month ago, and I have about you now. Doesn't that mean you ain't listening? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.